Hello, and welcome to Stellarbay, outlaw town on Monarch. With a very nice, well, it's a moon actually. Yes, a very nice gas giant sky. Something you don't see every day. It's still fun. So let us go and meet the locals, as we've been introduced. And well, there's a lot of people we apparently need to talk to. So where are we off to? Well, the yacht club is the first thing. Apparently there's a hunter here we need to meet. Don't steal the cigarettes. Don't steal the cigarettes. Ooh, that's McGuire. Oh, hello there. Well, you're certainly a woman that shows her color. Yeah. Hello.
And the little bastard's slippery, right? On account of its blood, so it's sliding all over the place, trying to crawl away, getting so I can't tell the blood from the mud.
Well, that sounds like an I'm gonna keep listening.
But I gotta get in there, get right in that baby rap's stomach and dig it out. If so much as a drop of stomach acid got on that medallion, I don't know what I'd do. Might be I'd hunt every damn rapt out there.
Ooh, right. Vengeance.
What are you staring? Wait, you ain't from around here. Who are you?
Hello there. I'm Jules Nemois. Pleasure to meet such a fine lady as you.
Ooh, charmer.
Oui,
Don't
oui.
get a lot of that around here. Folks mostly grump at me about how I should join the MSI payroll. Nice change of pace. Buy me a drink, will you?
Oh, of course, my dear lady. Sure, another round, bartender.
Outstanding. What are you doing in Stellarbay, stranger?
Oh, just, you know, vacationing.
Oof. Some hell you've chosen. You must really love fish.
Oh, oui, oui. I was kidding, actually. I'm told you could help me find an information broker.
Well. Let's get down to brass nuts then, shall we?
Oh, I like brass nuts.
Brass rats. Let's talk business.
Oh, yes, we.
I'm headed back out there after I sober up. You want a guide sooner than that? You have to get me something to clear my head.
But I like you half drunk. What do you need?
Outstanding.
I mean, if you're
Our
less drunk,
dispensary here maintains a stock of, well, I don't rightly know what they are. Steroid or caffeine somethings? Pills. They're very good.
Oh, very good pills. I like those.
On account of needing one just about every damn day. But I'm sure you've got your wily ways. Fetch me one and we'll be all set.
Oh, oui, I love getting drugs. But, you mean caffeinoid? That stuff is just a stimulant, you know?
Well, they work. We got a deal or what?
Alright, I'll be right back. So we need to get drugs. Ellie, do you have drugs with you? You're a doctor, and not the fussy type of doctor. So is this the dispensary? I don't think it is. Stogie Slims, light ammo. Yeah. I never noticed this. The energy ammo is called Fireflies. That's light up the opposition like a Firefly line of pure energy base. That's gotta be a reference. Heavy ammo is called Vulcans. And that's appropriate. And the light ammo is just Spacer's Choice. Alright, that's not that original. Okay then, but they don't have the caffeinoids here. Monarch Stellar. Okay. Examine. Right between the eyes was not that big. Buy me a drink. Let's not. Pull the giant gun out right now. So I wonder where that guides us for the... Actually, let's speak with the bartender. Hello, my friend. I like your mustache and your bald head.
Isn't often we see new folk in Stellarbay. First drink's on me, stranger.
Oh, oui, oui. Can it be your first drink every time? Thank you.
Enjoy. If you plan on sitting through Nyoka's stories, you might could use a few.
I could use a few and telling them myself.
Now what can I do for you?
So why is this place called the Yacht Club? Is it fancy?
Thought it had a fancy ring to it.
Yeah, oui.
Name's the first advertising anyone sees, after all.
So are there any yachts in Stellarbay?
Nope. But a man can dream.
Oh, oui, oui. And how well do you know Lady Roughly, Miss Nyoka?
Anyone who spends any amount of time in this bar is bound to get to know Nyoka. On account of her being here so often herself. And I don't mean that unkindly. Anyone who's rid us of as many beasts as you have is entitled to a few drinks. Something else I can do for you?
Oh, that's nice. Well, we know that they don't have new faces, so nothing right now. So what else do we have here? Bannet, you have a name?
Laws. Can't a man enjoy the smooth menthol flavor of a Stogie Slim in peace?
I'll leave you be then. Yes, you can. I'm sure he'll be told later. That's still a cool lamp, though. And for a, like, completely blockaded place, it's a pretty fancy blockaded place. So what's this then? Monarch? Just Monarch. MSI. Guess that's the local company here then. Do we get graphics cards? Alright, so the dispensary is over there.
She's always cranky. No, I mean, more than usual.
So I'm guessing this is the sneaky way in, I suspect.
I can take a hint.
Let's do this! Employee login. Hack it to log in as Williams. Patient records. Nyoka. Liver damage likely result of prolonged alcoholism. Attitude problems likely result of prolonged alcoholism. Frequent social withdrawal likely result of prolonged alcoholism. Increased caffeinoid allotment. Allotment increased to high. Warning, except for caffeine may lead to side effects such as irritability, fatigue, uncontrollable bowel movements. Oh dear, that's not good. Well, the last two are not good either, but uncontrollable bowel movement, how horrible. Let's see, Journez-moi! Error, patient not found. Oh. And I wanted to give myself so much drugs! Whatever. We got what we came here for, we just increased the amount that she was allowed. All too easy. So let's rob this place. I mean, we did not break in here for nothing, you know. Of course, literally, we did not break in here for nothing, but I want to break in for more. Well, there we also got the pep pills. We just stole them. That also works. Alright, sneaky, sneaky. Well, these don't look safe. Oh, hello. I suppose I'm not supposed to be here.
Running the warehouse, she can certainly pick up her own capital.
Don't be so hard on her. With Brax missing, she's working doubles and needs a revenge.
Very well, dearie. But you stop by anytime you like.
Oh, oui, oui.
Thanks.
Hot.
I'll keep that in mind.
Hot romance. I like it. Hello there, dearie apothecary.
Hello, dearie.
Hello.
I don't believe I've seen you before. And with sweet cheeks like those, I'd remember.
Quite the bedside manner, lady.
Well, it's so rare I get the pleasure of new company.
I think it's the other side of the
Auntie Abigail
bedside
do
company
for you?
care that she is interested in. I've been asked to pick up some caffeinoid supplements.
And what a helpful young man you are. Nothing like a little pill to liven up the spirits.
Oh, oui, oui.
Whiskey helps
I don't need pills
Please
though.
leave medical advice to the professionals. Now,
Ooh,
dearie, who's
snappy.
this pickup for?
Oh, I don't know, Auntie. You have to pry those secrets from my sweet little cheeks.
Don't blame me if I puke on your shoes.
Aren't you a saucy thing?
It's always good to
Now,
flirt
I may
with the
not be a fresh
apothecary.
young thing anymore, but with age comes experience.
Oh,
dearie.
oui. Why don't you show me a thing or two, huh?
Much as I'd love to.
I love to see two things.
My rheumatism is especially fierce at the moment, and I'm all out of my medicine.
Oh,
But
You
I'd
can
hate
stay
to send
still
you
and
away
I'll do all the work.
empty-handed. You were here for caffeinoid, weren't you? Who's it for?
it's for me, actually.
I'm so sorry, but with the iconoclasts and the marauder filth chasing away what little trade we get, I'm afraid I have to reserve my supply for Stellarbay residents. Our reserves have gotten so low, I've even had to start locking the supply room upstairs. Isn't it a shame what some people will do to get a little extra?
Oh, yes, some people. Yes, that is just awful.
Isn't it just? I'd make an exception for you if I could, my little cherub. Is there anyone else needing a special pickup from Auntie Abigail?
Actually, Nyoka.
Oh, her. It's none of my business, but I have told her Dr. Williams would bump up her monthly allotment if only she'd join MSI. Contribute like the rest of us.
Yeah.
Now I've gone and said too much. And you know me, dearie. I don't like to pry.
Oh, but I'd like to play. I'd like to play. You're so close. So anyway. When can I get her next
I'm
toast?
afraid it'll be the better part of a month. Our dear Nyoka tends to exhaust her supply rather quickly. Believe me, there's nothing I'd love better than to help you, but there's not
Oh,
much
I'll
I
help
can
you.
do. Dr. Williams managed the town's allotments from his terminal upstairs. Even I can't access them.
You know, solid protein, protein injections help with the rheumatism, you know. And I thought you were in charge, Auntie. At least you ought to be.
Oh, you flatter an old woman. Me, I'm just here to be a pretty face for the customers.
Oh, so very, very pretty.
And to keep an extra key to the supply room, for all the times Dr. Williams misplaced his.
Forgetful fellow, eh?
Careless experimentation with medicinal substances does take its toll, eventually.
But until then, it's lots of fun.
Oh, oui.
Episodic pharmacological delirium is no laughing matter, young lady.
I think it is. Well, I guess I have to figure this out on my own. Bye-bye.
Chin up, dearie.
But I like to keep my eyes down and my chin up. Oh well. Anyways, I already solved the papil problem, so this was just flirting for fun with the old lady. And why not? Yes. Okay, so see, what else do we have around here? Stellarbay. We still had a few delivery quests. Let's actually focus on them. So, Weapons of the Void, Grim Tomorrow. Check with Celia. Okay. Where is that supposed to be with the building? That away! Oh, I guess this is a, yeah, MSI Monarch. Oh, Monarch Security Institution or something. Okay. Makes sense.
Could I get another advance, Mr. Nandi?
Just make sure it's properly logged.
I'll note it next to the others, sir.
Monarch Stellar Institute? I don't know what the I is for. So hello there, Miss Celia.
Greetings, and welcome to Monarch Stellar Industries, producers and purveyors of the finest salt tuna in Halcyon.
Yeah.
What can I do for you today?
So, Grim asked me to check about this Dust Bowl poster.
You know, sending you is the first bright idea I've seen from that man, because I told him to stop bothering me about it a week ago. I still don't know anything about it. But if you want to help him, Velma's the one to ask. She's in the warehouse. But
Oh,
I'll
Velma,
warn you,
alright.
Grim wore her patience thin a long time ago.
Earlier I heard you were having some money problem. Maybe I can help, sweet young lady.
Not at all. Mr. Nandi treats us all right and pays us well. I just spent most of my paycheck on Raptidon acid.
Wait, what? Do you snort that? Do you normally blow your money on Raptidon pot? Is that a new drug? Can I try some?
Laws, no. Sometimes
Oh.
it's canid teeth, or mantis worm wings.
Oh.
Whatever Sebastian has in stock, really.
And why are you buying bits, this much bits from Sebastian?
So I can talk to him, of course. He doesn't get going about much else. Sort of the strong, silent type.
Oh,
Unfortunately, my
I thought they
apartment's
were
kind of
drugs.
filling up with his stuff. And some of the neighbors are complaining about the smell.
you know, you could just ask him on a date. That's more efficient.
I couldn't. What if he says no? Hey, maybe you could ask him for me. I mean, a no would still be bad, but it won't be quite as embarrassing if you ask.
Okay, oui,
Mr.
oui.
Nandi's doing that thing where he breathes through his nose real slowly. I'd better get back to work.
Wait, I am curious. What do you see in Sebastian?
He doesn't talk much, but he's got this quiet intensity, you know? Like
Oh,
there's stuff
oui, oui.
going on inside his head that you have no idea about.
It
Plus,
could also be
he's
stupid.
got great legs.
Oh, that's nice.
It's hard to find a man who doesn't skimp on lower body exercises.
Oh, I do a lot
Good
of
to have
lower
standards,
body
I guess.
I know what I'm looking for.
I do a lot of lower body exercises. You know, there are other fish in the sea, Celia.
Not in Stellarbay. Everyone else who isn't taken either smells like salt tuna or they're my boss. Besides,
Oh,
a man
yes.
with a good smile and a proportionate upper to lower body ratio isn't something to pass up.
Alright, that's all I needed to know
Sorry,
then.
sometimes I get carried away.
See you later. So I suppose we should speak with the boss as well. So Sanjar.
Well, new business turns up at last.
Oh, he's well dressed.
Celia, didn't I tell you our new statistics-based advertising model would be a hit?
That you did, sir.
How can yield improvements of 26.7% not quicken the pulse? How can 32% cost savings not moisten the loins?
Oh, I have other things that moisten
Often
my
posed
loins.
these very questions.
Clear my schedule. This newcomer has a meeting with me.
Oh, we do. Actually, no, that's a... No, you have a meeting with me!
You'd be a hit in Byzantium.
Did you hear that power play, Celia? They don't make them like this anymore in Halcyon.
Oh, oui.
I only hope you don't judge me by my handshake.
I'm not made in Halcyon.
Now, what business brings you here?
Me, I'm charting my own path, going where the winds take me.
What a charming notion. One doesn't meet many free spirits in Halcyon. Not outside Tartarus prison, anyway.
Forgive me, I'd be positively enraptured. Only, I take it this means you aren't here for Saltuna.
No, not really. Hey, it could always be both.
Now, there's no need to humor me. I'm used to this particular letdown. I had hoped that livening up our advertisements with enticing figures would draw the other corporations back to our bosom, but it seems we're back to the drawing board.
Oh well. If you're free of the other corporations, why would you want to bring them back?
Surviving alone isn't as easy as it looks. Thanks to the so-called hazard clause, Monarch has been cut off from the board's resources and protection for 10 years now.
Long
We've
time.
kept ourselves in business by trading with individual corporations, but given the off-the-books nature of those transactions, such arrangements are precarious.
So you're kind of a smuggler/pirate bay. I like it. Sounds like you're freer than anyone else in Halcyon. Why not embrace it?
Exactly what I would have said, if I'd been paying attention.
You talk like Graham.
Freedom always sounds nice, doesn't it? It makes a rather pretty slogan. But if you sit down and tally up the costs, how you provide for yourself in the absence of aid, how you protect yourself from a hostile galaxy, it starts to lose its shine.
Exactly. Intellectualism fuels the train to mankind's future, but the tracks the train runs on are forged from practicality.
What?
Yes, it's as though the good vicar has plucked the very words from my brain.
Well, it is fanciful, yes. And it is kind of true, honestly. Complete freedom is wonderful, but if you don't have food, you can't really use it now, can you? You can only use it to get more food, which is kind of restricted in itself. So what do you mean to do about all this then, yes?
Well, Mr. Nandi here has a rather ingenious plan to get MSI restored to the board.
On our terms, mind you.
Ingenious plan? Don't get me wrong, I'm starting to admire your sand, but I bet you could overcomplicate a sisty sandwich.
What a charmingly roguish turn of phrase.
Allow me to express my thanks at your competence and assure you that my plan is indeed
Sufficiently complicated.
And if our advertising scheme hasn't borne fruit, then perhaps it's time we took matters into our own hands.
This lady knows what's going on, eh?
It's true, our Celia is an alarmingly competent middle manager.
At any other company, she'd be wasted in data entry. The plan she refers to is a two-pronged approach, and the first part involves seeing Stellarbay properly defended.
Not a bad idea. Right, but how do you mean to do that then?
With a Bolt 52 cartridge, of course. If you can get us what we need to rejoin the board, starting the Bolt 52, we'll be able to become one of the most productive and secure cities in Halcyon.
And you'll have a powerful ally on the board.
I don't care about that. But this Bolt 52 sounds useful. What it is it?
Why,
Is
one
it a
of the
big gun?
strongest defenses in Halcyon. An
Yes, big
extremely
gun.
powerful ordnance.
Never realized fighting the bureaucracy could be this interesting.
It is quite the rush.
So where do I find one? I'd like to get my hands on such powerful ordnance myself.
In the old arms building southwest of town, which used to be part of Stellarbay before we had to move our walls in. These days it's overrun with marauders and raptidons.
Well, more killing going on. And why are you saying it that way?
Saying what? Which way?
Arms. You're saying arms instead of arms.
That's just what it's called. It's supposed to stand for something, but I forget what.
Well, I'm sure I'll know it when I find it.
Oh, and while you're at it, there should be a terminal in the arms building with some dangerous information. Perhaps you could delete it so it doesn't fall into the wrong hands.
Well, I'll think about it. Let's ask some questions first.
What can I do for you?
I met Graham, the landing pad guard.
I see. And was his delivery of the MSI authorized greeting up to snuff?
He did a bang-up job.
Well, that's excellent. I'll see that your feedback makes it into his review. What else can I do for you?
So I have a question about MSI in the good old days.
Then it's good that I keep such meticulous notes.
So, what exactly did MSI do to get you kicked off the board in the first place?
I've asked myself the same thing many times, especially seeing as the legal mechanisms we employed were part of the board's own bylaws.
This is why you can't trust corporations and all their laws. Once it gets into the side of profit, well, the laws get changed.
It's true, the board has treated us unfairly, but I'd always envisioned that things could be different. For many years, this planet was home to as many corporations as Terra 2. Back then, it was known as Terra 1.
And what happened to all the other corporations then?
As you may have noticed, this planet has more than its share of hazards. And as the other corporations began to tally their losses, they decided to pull out.
But not MSI, am I right?
Our leadership at the time certainly wanted to.
And how did that work out?
Most regard Monarch as a lost cause. But there were others of us who saw an opportunity. The chance to improve working hours and conditions, to reform MSI from the ground up.
Sounds very revolutionary. How forward-thinking of you.
It's humane, but it's also good business sense. Exhausted, sick, and malnourished workers are not productive workers. Even a cursory review of the data bears that out.
Wow, that's actually
Anyway,
very forward-thinking for the setting. Scary.
Bylaws that would allow MSI to claim ownership of the entire planet once the other corporations pulled out, creating the perfect environment for us to enact these new reforms.
Yeah, so kind of a little sneaky coup you're trying to play. Using the board's tools against them, clever.
That's what I thought. But the senior executives laughed in our faces and insisted we'd be relocating to Terra 2 along with everyone else.
And yet, here you are.
Yes, some of us stayed behind, and as the most senior executive remaining, I ended up in charge of what was left of MSI.
Must have pissed off some real big suits to get stuck with that.
On the contrary, I wrote lots of very important reports on behalf of top MSI officials before I was able to achieve this position. I
So
moved
you were a
forward with our planned
mouthpiece.
reforms, as well as our strategy to assume
You
ownership
have a
of the
good
planet.
mouth on you.
Yet not long after I renamed it Monarch, the other corporations dislodged us from the board and began an official campaign to paint us as lawless savages.
And why would they do that? You are too forward-thinking, I'm guessing.
I don't know. Everything we did was legal and above board. We followed their rules.
Yeah,
and yet
but
they
it's
still
not to
found
their
reasons to
liking.
declare us outlaws. I do think there's something useful in a governing body like the board. Something that keeps us from anarchy, but I dearly wish it functioned differently.
So, what exactly is this hazard clause? Is it too dangerous or
It's a
something?
legal provision that gives the board the authority to cordon off any planet or location that it deems dangerous.
A necessary evil for the greater good of society.
That's exactly how the board describes it.
And you sound a little skeptical, actually.
Monarch may be dangerous, but it's hardly the wasteland the board describes it to be. Whatever the board's goals, the greater good has little part in them.
Ooh, he is a lot more critical of the board under the surface and under the board. He's more critical than he lets on, I think. You don't seem to think much of this Graham person.
He and his followers call themselves the Iconoclasts. Lawless anarchists, all of them. If anyone on Monarch deserves the reputation the board's pinned on us, it's them.
I will admit, I am keen to meet their leader.
Well, be careful what you wish for. Graham has a habit of ruining everything, and everyone around him.
You've got strong feelings on this matter here. Personal ones?
I'm trying to build something here. They only want to destroy things, and they risk ruining Monarch for all of us. It isn't just that they drain our people and resources. Every radical act they commit cements Halcyon's image of us all as destructive rebels, and pushes us further from the rest of the colony. He's lucky the board doesn't take him seriously enough to keep more than a few UDL gunships patrolling Monarch.
An Earth Directorate assault cruiser would change his tune. It's almost a shame we haven't seen one around Monarch in a long while.
Well, I think they would bomb you as well, so not that great of a deal. Well,
What can I do
think
for you?
that's all of it. Have a good day there, Mr. Sanjar, or Mr. Nandi. Well, some interesting faces we've met here on Monarch. Next time we'll probably, meet more of them. I think there's still a lot of people to meet in this town. And some basic jobs to do, as picking up that poster. So until we do that, bye-bye for now.